Happy Merry Holidays, everybody. I hope you've all been having a fantastic holiday season so far. Speaking of Christmas, there is no better time to buy a loved one or even yourself some video games. But sometimes it's really hard to figure out exactly what you should buy, even when it's for yourself, but especially when you're buying for other people. So every year I make one of these videos, a holiday buying guide to help you out for Christmas or just generally around this gift-giving time of year. So throughout this video, I am featuring 150 games. I've selected these games specifically because I feel like they're the ones you will most likely see when you're out and about or when you're shopping online, or these are just the games people generally talk about. So here is how I've broken it all down. By price to begin with, we have $50 to $60 big budget games, the midway $30 to $40 games, and then the cheapy $10 to $20 games. In each three of those brackets, I broke them down again into must-buy essential games. These are the ones to buy with your money, okay? And then I have a maybe section. Now the reason those games are in a maybe section is because it kind of depends on the person you're buying it for. And then the third section is of course the avoid, and you do not buy that game. You stay away from that game. All right, obviously with so many games and so little time, I won't have time to explain why I put every game where I put it, but I'm gonna do my best. I'll leave links down below to not only all my reviews of every game on this list, but where you can buy the game too. I hope this video helps you or your loved ones or whoever it is out in some way. If it does, make sure you hit that like button. And it would also help if you share the video around, especially if you know there is someone buying you presents this holiday season. You can send them the video, maybe even timestamp it to the game that you want as a little bit of a wink wink nudge nudge. Let's do this. Starting with the $50 to $60 big budget expensive games in the must buy, you need to have these category. Every time I do a video like this, it always starts off the same way. The big three: Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Smash Bros. Ultimate. Depending on the Nintendo fan you're buying games for this Christmas, it's a pretty solid bet they're gonna want one, if not all three of these games. Doesn't matter which one you get, as long as there's one, and I'm excited to announce I'm adding a fourth to this too: Pokemon Sword and Shield. Okay, so once you have at least one of those figured out, these are the rest of the must-buys in the $60 price range. Luigi's Mansion, Mario Kart 8, Super Mario Maker 2, Astral Chain, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Xenoblade 2, and Dragon Quest XI-S. All of those games, in my opinion, are top-tier games. You cannot go wrong, no matter who you're buying them for. I would easily throw Splatoon 2 into that list as well, but it is online only, which is something you have to look out for. You need to pay about $3 a month or $20 a year to get Nintendo's online, so it is an extra fee that goes into it. It's something to look out for. Then there's three more in this category too. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned them separately: Octopath Traveler, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and Ys 8. These are great, amazing, incredible games, as good as the rest in this category, but I would almost say these games are for more seasoned, probably adolescent to adult gamers, and not so much your young children. Not because of a mature rating or anything, there's just a lot more thinking and strategy that goes into this game more than, you know, mindless Mario fun. But if your kid wants Ys 8, get him Ys 8. Then we move into our expensive maybe games. Link's Awakening, again, I think that's a must buy, but it does depend on if this is a brand new Switch for someone. I would make sure that I give them the other Zelda game, Breath of the Wild, first. I give them both if they love Zelda. Ring Fit Adventure, I love Ring Fit Adventure. I think it's great, but you kind of just don't give that to someone unless they've asked for it. It's a fitness game. It involves a lot of getting off your feet, running around, jumping, kind of like Wii Fit. If someone wants it, then it's a great deal. But if they haven't asked for it, they might wonder why you're buying them a workout. It's kind of like buying someone deodorant on Christmas, like you're trying to send a message. Super Mario Party is a fantastic family game, and I do recommend it. I always make sure when I recommend it, though, to point out you need at least 4 Joy-Cons if you're going to be playing with 4 people, and buying an extra set of Joy-Cons if you don't already have one is going to cost you like $70. Also, I like to mention this isn't a good only game to have on the Switch. If you can only afford to buy one game, I wouldn't go Mario Party. And if you have no one to play any games with, Mario Party is pretty lame. Pokemon Let's Go, they are remakes of the very first Pokemon games. They are great, in my opinion. They're more casual Pokemon games. The reason why they're in maybe is because you have Sword and Shield, which are the brand new, flashy, special, awesome new Pokemon games. You want to make sure you have those first. Marvel Ultimate 3 is a lot of fun. Possibly a little too expensive in my opinion, but I would definitely buy it for a hardcore Marvel fan. Any kid would love it. Labo kits. I still think, oh, there's one right here. I mean, I still think these things are worth it, but again, I bought this VR one, and the only thing I built was the headset, and the rest of it is unbuilt. And that might be how it ends up in your house too. So if you have a creative kid who really wants to dive into this, sure, it's great. Hours and hours and hours they'll be occupied. I would recommend the VR one before the other ones, just because I feel like this has more replay value and there's more cool things you can do with it. Yoshi's Crafted World, it's fun, but it's really short. So if you're buying someone a Switch and this game on Christmas, they might finish the game on Christmas and then be ready for another game. So you might not get your full money's worth out of it. Mario Tennis Aces, it's not bad, but it's not the Mario game you go for first. It's a tennis game. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, yeah, it's the same thing as what I just said. And Dragon Quest Builders. I will still always recommend Dragon Quest Builders, but the second one, which I already talked about in that must-buy section, is so much better, and there's no reason to get the first one once you have the second one, in my opinion. Okay, we have 7 more games in this section. I know it's a lot. Here's the thing though, I see these lists as just possibilities. Obviously, I don't think anyone's gonna buy every game in this must-buy section, or you're gonna mix and match it. But anyway, here's the last 7 of the maybes, and all of these are grouped into the same category of if they haven't played them before. Because all 7 of these games either released on the Wii U, which was Nintendo's last console, so if they had that, they might have played these already. And those games are Donkey Kong, Bayonetta, and Hyrule Warriors. And then these games, Diablo 3, Skyrim, Witcher 3, and Doom, all of those games have been on systems like your PlayStation 3s and 4s, your Xbox 360s, Xbox One. So they might already have these games, but they are fantastic games on the Switch if they don't have them already and they haven't played them before. And now for the avoids. These are the games that I would not recommend getting these for 60 bucks. 1-2 Switch, just don't. Mario Bros. U Deluxe, this might be a little controversial, and maybe I should have put it in maybe. It doesn't make sense to me to buy Mario Bros. U at this point, not when there's both Mario Odyssey, which is a much better Mario game, and Mario Maker 2, where you can make your own Mario levels. Kirby, it's a similar thing to Yoshi, where it's so short, but this is even shorter. It's like 4 to 5 hours long. Pokken Tournament, it's just not worth 60. And Daemon X Machina, that's another, I'm in trouble. This game needs to come down in price in my opinion, and it's also a big risk. It's kind of a niche market of people that enjoy mech games. But when it comes to gift giving this Christmas, I just think there's better options. I'm sorry. Okay, that is all the very expensive games. We can take a breath, we can relax, and move on to, that game's actually a lot like Diablo 3. So if you want to take a risk and surprise a Diablo fan, there you go. Or if you love Diablo. Killer Queen Black or Trine 4 could be fun to play with some friends. Crystal Crisis is a pretty good puzzle game, and Rocket League is fun online. Here is what you don't buy for $30 to $40-ish when you see it in the stores. Civilization 6. I love the game. It's a great game. It just doesn't work outside of a PC. I can't recommend it on Switch. Fortnite. Because Fortnite is free, and when you buy it, at like GameStop, the case is empty. It's a download code with some digital things you can get in the game. Oh, and this goes for Tetris 99 as well. You get a couple extra modes, but just play it free. Wolfenstein Youngblood, it's just not a good game. It's very average. WWE 2K18, just don't. Payday 2, it's another online game, but it's pretty dead at this point. Hello Kitty Cruisers is not a good game for anyone. I know it looks like a good young kids game, but it's not. It's just not. I would say avoid Super Dragon Ball Heroes, but it might be a maybe depending if someone's asked for it. I would say that's the only time you would buy it for them. Travis Strikes Again. Overcooked individually, I mentioned the Overcooked double pack you can buy. You can also buy them individually, but they're pretty much the same price as the double pack, so don't do that. Same goes for the Trine games. You can get the first 3 Trine games separately or the 4th game separately, but they're both the same price as buying all 4 games together in a pack. Zombieland Double Tap just came out to coincide with the movie, and it's not a very fun game. Contra Rogue Corps is also kind of a buggy game on Switch, and Bubsy Paws on Fire. It's another game that I feel like could trick a parent into buying it. Just don't. Oh, an Ark. I feel like a lot of kids just like one Ark on Switch. It doesn't play very well. It crashes a lot. It's just very frustrating to deal with. Okay, that was the biggest section, and it was very tiring, but we're through that now, and we're in the cheapy cheap section. These games are about $10 to $20, and there's not that many of them, so let's just go through them. The ones that I think are a must-buy for this price, and I mean for 10 or 20 bucks, it's so easy to throw these bad boys into a Christmas stocking. I love these at this price. Forager is probably my biggest biggest one in this section. Starlink is also huge. I recommended Starlink last year when it was like $60. This year, it's dropped its price all the way down to like 20 bucks, 10 bucks on Black Friday. So if you can get Starlink for around that price, abso-friggin-lutely. Sonic Mania is great for everyone. It's an old school Sonic game made recently, and it's fantastic. Katamari is a remastered game from PlayStation 2, but just like a fine wine, it's only gotten better with age in my opinion, and just like a great movie, I could watch or play it again and again, so I'm gonna put it in must buy. Mutant Road Zero is a strategy game more for adults, but it's a great game for the price. Trials Rising, great for all ages. I think anyone could love this game. It's a fun little game with a motorbike and you do jumps and play. It's really great. A little hidden gem on the Switch. Sushi Striker. Last year I didn't recommend this one. This year I am, because the price is finally down to what I said it should be, about 20 bucks. It'll Do 2 is a fantastic little indie game that's made in the style of Link to the Past or just the older Zeldas. Voice I saw is on sale for around $10 recently. It's a rhythm game. It's not gonna be for everyone, but I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like Guitar Hero if you were just tapping a screen. Mario and Rabbids. I don't know what the price of this game is anymore. It bounces between 30 to 40 to on sale to $10, but if you can get it around 10 to 20, it's good. That's a fantastic game. That's right up there at the top as well of this category. Also, any of the Telltale games, if you can get them around this price, like the Walking Dead Telltale games, the Batman game. Personally, I love these games. They're not for everyone, maybe. Just let me remind you, I love all of these, and for 10, 20 bucks, you really can't even go wrong. I'm just putting them in maybe for a few reasons. First, we have the, as you've probably gotten used to, games that were released in other places and they might have played them before, they're re-releasing now years later, and that is Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered Collection, and even in a few days from now, they're releasing the Rebel Collection, which has Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue. All Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 games that are moving over to Switch, but they're really great on Switch. Darksiders, The Blob 2, and LA Noire. So yeah, those games, it depends, but I like them all. Then Brawlout is a great little fighter game like Smash Brothers, but I mean, if Smash Brothers. Penny Punching Princess is a good little game. Soul Dam, it's a decent puzzle game. I'm not gonna say don't buy it, but I don't put it first on your list. Tiny Barbarian is a really hard old school style game. Battle Chaser Night War, it's a decent RPG. It's not great, but there's a lot of hours in it for the price. Has Been Heroes is like 10 bucks. It's stupidly hard, but it could be a stocking stuffer. And the Aladdin and Lion King that just came out in time for the Disney movies, I know it might look like a good grab if you don't know what you're getting into, but it's actually the old school Super Nintendo games. It's not what it looks like it's for. It's not for kids. I mean, it could be. I mean, my kid better like it, but I don't think all kids would. Kids like Fortnite now. And then cheapy games that still aren't worth the price, even at $10. Sonic Forces, SNK Heroines, Shaq Fu, that one hurt me. Troll and I, and any of the horse games. Like My Riding Stables, My Little Champion. If you see a game on Switch with a horse on it, it's bad. Trust me, I've played them all. Don't ask me why, but I have. Okay, as always, this was extremely exhausting. I hope it helped you out in some way, and if it did, you have to smash that like button. You just gotta, and hit flip all over that subscribe button. But yeah, whether you stick around my channel or not, I do hope you have a fantastic end of the year. I want to thank everybody that stuck out this whole year with me. Obviously, I'm still making videos to the end of the year, but while I'm in this holiday season, just thank you for everything, guys. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video, which will be right around the corner as always, whenever I make it. All right, bye. Hope I helped.